Rockin' Country, Thunder 106.3, 106.5. And Dusty Gray, Down the River, one of the up-and-coming groups that we love to play on Thunder 106. We've had him at many locations, including Bar A, where our special guest for this morning will be performing as part of the Thunder 106 Rockin' Country Happy Hour, Miller Lite Night, Miller Lite specials, and more. So, of course, it makes sense to come to you from our Miller Lite studios. Our special guest this morning, Andy Gibson. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
How are you today? Thank you for coming to Thunder 106, and Thunder Nation is so glad to have you here today.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, you got your autographed guitar there. You just did the song that you co-wrote for, well, not only one, you wrote it with one person in mind, and then Jason Aldean said, let's make it two people, Kelly Clarkson and Don't You Want to Stay?
Yeah.
And so before, of course, you wrote that song, you were playing in other locations. You played in many venues over the years. How were you actually discovered?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I was a janitor, but at night I would play in the Mexican restaurants down in Nolensville in Nashville, Tennessee. And one evening, this fella, John Rich, walked in. If anybody's
John
heard
Rich.
John
I know
Rich.
that name, John Rich.
He's in a band called Big and Rich.
Right.
He's in a band called Big and Rich. He's working on a new record. And he's one of the biggest songwriters in Nashville. So he came in, I was a little nervous, to say the least. But I had a habit of taking songs and translating them, songs off country radio, translating them into Spanish, and throwing them out there at the Mexican restaurant just for fun. And he walked in, and I just translated Lost in This Moment into Spanish. And so I had this kind of flash forward, flashback moment that you see in the movies where I saw the VH1 behind the scenes story. This is where it all started for Andy in this Mexican restaurant, standing on the stage made of two pallets in the corner, you know, kind of a deal. And I crossed my fingers and played the song, hoped that he would like it, and he loved it. And he jumped up on stage and played a couple songs, and
In English.
In English,
yes.
Yes. And we just hit it off. He loved the music that I was writing, my original songs, and signed me to write songs for his company. And lo and behold, you know, a couple years later, Don't You Want to Stay hits, and I'll tell you what, he made all of my wildest dreams come true.
All right, Andy Gibson from our Miller Lite Studios in Rockin' Country, Thunder 106.
Iluminado por las velas tu vestido blanco y tu papá con la sonrisa tan feliz. Siento el ritmo de mi corazón en la garganta y no puedo creer que estoy aquí. En un momento así yo vivo solo por ti, sin duda amándote es respirar. Si amas esta unión con un beso de pasión, eres un ángel de luz en un momento así. Lost in this moment with you, I am completely consumed. My feelings so absolute, there's no doubt. Stealing our love with a kiss, waiting my whole life for this. Watch all my dreams come true. Here on Thunder Country 106 with all of you. There it is.
Yeah!
Yeah, baby.
Andy Gibson, Lost in This Moment, and that's, of course, a big hit song, Big and Rich had to hit. And it's funny because as you're singing in Spanish, 3/4 of the way through, I'm saying, wow, I'm really starting to understand the words. But I realized, oh, he's singing English. I'm just kidding, of course. Andy Gibson, our special guest. That's really amazing that you just took that, you flipped it around, you made it to a Spanish song as well, and it just sounds so nice. And
I
it's
just
such a
thought it would
great
be
way to
so.
deliver it.
Oh well, thank you. I just thought it would be so beautiful in Spanish because of the rhythmic aspect of the song, and at the time on the radio, it was a big hit, and it just really worked in Spanish, and I just happened to have it prepared and ready whenever John Rich walked in. It was just ready to go, and I think that I've just been so lucky that way. A lot of people ask me, how do you get in the music business? How do you do this stuff that you've been able to do? And I think that I just have taken that Boy Scout, be prepared motto and kind of applied it to whenever anything was going to happen or anything that could have happened, I was ready for whatever happened. And I think it's given me, the ability to kind of be there whenever an opportunity arose. And I just feel so lucky. I don't know how. I just have been so blessed. So
and you fast forward, and here you are at Thunder 106 promoting your music, and we're going to talk about your new CD, and we're going to talk about everything too. But since you were talking about your career and how you started and what you were doing beforehand, I have tickets. How ironic for Jason Aldean.
Hey.
So I would like to give away a pair of tickets for Jason Aldean, the Izod Center, a $30 gift card to Subway. Now, Jason's performing with Luke Bryan and Lauren Alina, all right? And along with that, you qualify for the grand prize to be upgraded to front row seats and receive meet and greet passes brought to you by Subway, Eat Fresh. So, since you performed the song earlier that was a big hit for Jason and Kelly, my question, how about this one?
Okay.
You mentioned before about what you did before you became a singer,
Mm-hmm.
How you started out. What was the job that Andy mentioned? If you were paying attention, you might win. Andy, would you like to give out the number?
It's 1-877-448-1063.
That number again?
1-877-448-1063.
All right. What was the job that Andy mentioned he was doing when he was trying to make it as a country singer? Call us right now. Good luck from Rock and Country, Thunder 106.